Hey guys, how's it going? It's Dan here. As promised, I'm going to be bringing you a Norsca campaign on Mortal Empire since they just released that, along with the other Queen in the Crown DLC. I've decided I'm going to play Wulfric because trolls ain't really my thing. I like the Marauder units, even though they're not that great, but let's try and go for this Marauder Mammoth build that he's pretty good with, and let's see how it goes, yeah. So, I still remember watching this being played in the Grand Campaign, so I know I've got a pretty good idea of what to do. So at the start we are at war with Scaling in Bretonia, and yeah, diplomacy is going to be pretty much impossible for us in this campaign because everybody just hates us. So what I'm going to do is start recruiting immediately. I think some of these javelin men will be very useful. So sometimes a piece of cargo spawns around here, but can't see anything right now. Anyway, technology, I'm going to go for these Marauder units first. I know what the hunts are about, and sometimes it's difficult to get to access them right at the very start because we don't control the necessary region or whatever, so I'm going to go straight for better Marauder infantry units because we're going to have a lot of those in our armies for a long time. Right, I think that's all we can do for now. So if you don't know this already, confederating with this faction is very easy. All you need to do is to confederate other Norscan factions is to defeat their main lord or their faction leader in combat. So if we defeat their army, even though they've got maybe 10 other armies waiting to kill us, they will confederate with us 100% at the end of their turn. Or rather, at the beginning of our next turn. So, going to attack this longship graveyard first, going to recruit on the way. You can go directly to the Scaling, their main faction their main settlement over here, and they'll be recruiting there, but I like to do it this way, going for the longship graveyard, staying back, taking care of the inevitable rebellion, recruiting, and then they usually will come to us, I believe. Since we're only at war with them, yeah, they're only at war with us in Bretonia, so they will 100% they will send an army down to us, and it will probably be their faction leader. So we can probably wait here, ambush him, and get an easy confederation there. So no need to actually go all the way up here. So, war's going off all around us. That's good. So we can't make it there in one turn, so what we're going to do is go halfway and just raid them. Probably going to go for these guys next, and I imagine their faction leader is probably here right now, so need to wait till he leaves his encampment. So when you are about to take a settlement with this faction, you can either raise it for one of the 4 gods, and raising enough settlements for each of those gods will grant you bonuses permanently, I think. But we're not going to be raising any settlements up here because we need the income, we need the money, we need the growth. So we're going to be occupying them and building them up. So I will be raising settlements, but it'll probably be a little while before we get that done. Probably be like the 3rd episode or something. So we're going to go ahead and fight these guys. So we're going to flank with our javelin men and with these wolves and chariots. Just going to throw our guys at them otherwise. Now he has this nice ability, Seafang, does a decent amount of damage to enemies standing in a line. Okay, I misaimed that one a little bit actually, but so this is pretty easy. So that's them gone, didn't lose anything. Now you notice this chariot's on half health, right? But we didn't lose any of the chariots. So that's the interesting thing about them. Now it's on full health again. That's the I don't know if that's a bug or if that's intended, but it happens. So no point sacking just for so little money. We're just going to occupy it, I think. Yeah. Nice. Got this weapon. Magical attacks. Great. So I'm going to get some spearmen now, and the reason is because I know Norscan factions love to run chariots. And regular marauders just get crushed by chariots. Spearmen, not so much though. So the reason why I'm raiding my own territory is because we know there's going to be a rebellion anyway. I just want to hurry it along so it gets here before the scaling do. Good thing about this faction is they have the raiding encampment ability. So we're still raiding, but we can recruit as well. Very, very powerful ability. So upgrade this. So their main building also gives public order. Not a lot, but still some. Now the one good thing about this place we're in now is that it's full of thick forests, which all give 80% chance for ambushes. So if you look here, 80% ambush chance. 70 there. 70, 80, 70. So it's very easy to ambush enemy armies in this region. And that's what we're going to be doing. gonna make my way to Fuel by War and Spawn of Chaos ASAP. They give minus 15% upkeep costs plus 150 experience per turn, so those are absolutely invaluable. And then of course you get 10% replenishment here and 5% here. Not going to take this because recruitment costs not really much of an issue. It's mostly the upkeep costs we are looking to get down. So these guys should be coming along in a couple of turns, I reckon. These guys are at war, so hopefully Marienburg will destroy them, because we just got the non-aggression pact with them. Always keeping an eye out for treasures in the water. Sometimes you get good stuff from them, like 10,000 gold items experience. So notice here, when you raid your own region, the income from all your buildings is 0. But the upkeep from all your units is 20% less. So if we go back to normal stance, we're negative income. That's because the income from our buildings is so small, it doesn't matter that it's 0. All that matters is that we have a full stack here with reduced upkeep costs. So I would recommend doing that as much as you can. So, however, in one turn the Chaos Rebellion is going to come, so we won't be doing it after that. Just want to get them to spawn and then take them out, and then the scaling should arrive. I'm almost certain they will come down here. So, Chaos Rebellions always spawn with high tier units. So probably got a couple in here. Okay, well not this time, but still. We are going to fight this manually, and the reason is, if we auto-resolve that, they'll all get wiped out in one turn, in one battle. One auto-resolve. If we fight manually, we can squeeze 2 battles out of this, and get double the experience. If we leave some of them alive, of course. So we'll try and leave as few of them alive as possible, but just enough so they won't be destroyed. So let's get their lord on a little bit lower health. That should do. So now we can auto-resolve the next battle, get double the experience that we would have gotten. It's important we get this guy leveled up, right? They give us a huge advantage over the other factions. Because they're always slow at leveling up. They don't think about spawning rebellions to farm experience from them or things like that. So obviously we'll take the sacrifice. Money is the most useful option there. So another item gained as well from the rebellion. Another level. And let's try and do this again actually. Now we can build one of these, which would give us access to chariots, but we need these stables as well. We don't have one of those. So, but what we need really right now is the income.
I'm told you want to talk. I am the Wanderer. Undefeated. Set. Embarking.
So in 3 turns we should have another rebellion. Put them down and scaling might be on our doorstep by then. If you move closer to their zone, they'll be able to see you and make it more likely they'll come and attack you. So we should probably do that. No treasures in the water still. Right, so I think I see scaling coming now in the distance. That is their faction leader, I know his name. So what we're going to do is... I'm going to wait here and ambush him. There's 80% chance to be successful here. So we got 2 or 3 turns before the rebellion comes still. That'll give us time to crush him, confederate with them, put down the rebellion, then move on to the next lord.
To the four corners.
You see how our income's gone down now we stop raiding. So hopefully the best situation now will be if these guys force march right into us. So they'd be tired and ambushed. Now in saying that, if they force march really close to us, I'm still going to attack them. Whether they're outside of the ambush range or not, because we have a significant numbers advantage over those guys. And here they come, right into our ambush. It failed, but these guys are still heavily outnumbered. So I'm going to auto-resolve this, because we won't get 2 battles out of this anyway. Because once we defeat this guy, we're going to get Confederation anyway. So they have another army up there. That's going to become our army next turn. Although we are going to disband it because we can't afford to keep it, I don't think. So these are the 3 options when you defeat their tribe leader. Confederate with them, get 20 plus 20 relations, which it's almost pointless. And we get minus 20 relations, or we can kill the leader, also almost pointless. So we form the Confederation. Now the good thing about this faction is there are no penalties for confederating. So there's no public order penalty, no relationship penalty with the other Norscan factions. So this guy's moved his full lot. Unfortunately they had no good units with them. So I'm going to just disband him. Because we can't afford that, you see, it's minus income there. Now we can delete this. We don't need 2 barracks. Barracks goes to level 3 max. Therefore put it in a level 3 settlement, not a level 5 settlement. Now here we've got the option to build chariots, and I do want chariots. So we're going to build this smithy. Chariots are great against the other Norscan factions. They spam them, and they spam marauders. Marauders can't beat chariots, that's just how it is. So we need chariots to beat them. See, I don't like their cavalry very much, because they're missile focused, so they're not very good at charging into the back of stuff. Don't like this, because again it's a missile unit primarily. These chariots, much better. Did you get 4 of these? Don't forget. Usually. Oh, it's 3 for us, but yeah, so these guys a bit more expensive. But I honestly think these chariots perform better in combat. Now these ones appear to have better stats, but primarily missile focused. Same charge bonus and everything though. So we may get these. Depends, but we need to level up the stables once more. It costs 3,000. Plus we'll need to level up the smithy, I think, to yeah, the next level. So it's not worth it to do that right now. Now we also have access to Marauder Berserkers, and after this is built, Marauder Champions, I think, with the next level smithy. So yeah, Marauder Champions. So let's look at their stats. Pretty decent stats. If you compare those to the regular Marauders, huge difference. Armor 15 versus 80. Leadership 75, speed 35. 34 melee attack, 28 melee defense. So yeah, huge difference. We will need those to defeat our enemies here. These marauders that we have now, they're just garbage. So this Chaos Rebellion's still coming. We're going back into raiding stance now to make it appear this turn. So what I'm going to do is merge these guys. But I think I'll just disband all of them, because we need better units. I at least want some Berserkers, I think. Yeah, so we'll disband these two. And instead, let's get the Berserkers. So that's this almost out of money now. Now I don't want these guys showing up and attacking us randomly, so I will pay them for peace. I'll have to wait till next turn when we have more money though. After we defeat this Chaos Rebellion, we should get a nice bit of cash. So hopefully they have low grade units again. Often when they spawn, even in the early stages of the game, they have like Chaos Warriors, Chaos Knights, even Hell Cannons. Very annoying to deal with. See, they've got the Chaos Knights this time. Chaos Warriors. Good thing is they're raiding, so they'll be tired when this starts. So 3 lots of Chaos Warriors, 2 Marauders, 1 Chaos Knights and 1 Warhounds. Mostly concerned about these Chaos Knights, because they can do a lot of damage if they get a rear charge on you. So I really don't like this map either, because you start downhill. And there's trees everywhere. The trees benefit the AI. They can see through trees, but we can't, because we use our eyes. Whoops. Didn't realize that went so far. It doesn't show it going so far on the icon. So you can see how bad these Marauder units are. I mean, we didn't even play that bad, and the Chaos Warriors, even though they were outnumbered like 5 to 1, just walked all over us. That's why if one of these rebellions spawns in one of your low-level provinces, and you've no one there to defend against it, the garrison will never hold. They'll attack immediately, and within one turn, the whole region will be destroyed. Because remember, these Chaos Rebels, they don't occupy stuff, they just raise it and disappear.
Where's my next an unstoppable force?
So I'm going to need public order here eventually, so I'm going to get that instead of the income building.
Embarking, champions fall.
Tribesmen, gather, champ. This is Bretonia. Absolutely not. Foolhardy. Think again.
If we don't get peace with these guys, they will send ships to kill us.
I will not. Absolutely
Right.
not.
So it doesn't look like it's going to happen. When our strength rank goes up after healing up here, maybe we'll get a chance to do that. I'm disbanding these guys because in 2 turns we are going to get the chariots which we need. I can guarantee half of this army they've got is chariots.
My challenge? Undeniable.
I want to take Lightning Strike just in case we may need it in the coming battles.
I am the one. Speak. Where's my next one? Without doubt. Quiet.
So I'm gonna have a look over here and see if we can find their faction leader. This is their main settlement. They usually like to gather around it. So once we found the faction leader, we'll just go up and attack him immediately. Once we get these chariots.
I'm told you want to talk.
A challenge? Done and done.
So we can get these chariots now. The only thing is they're expensive. So we may need to cancel this actually.
Where's my next?
So I think what we should be doing now is going after this guy. Got a good garrison there, but if we can go into ambush stand somewhere here, he might just come and try and kill us. Alternatively, we could wait and go for these guys. But I think I'm gonna go up here and try and defeat this guy. We could get these as well. But they're even more expensive than the chariots.
Who's next?
Slaughter the sheep.
So these guys have a lot of regions, I think. So they have 5 settlements. So if we can federate with them, we get all of these. Only thing is, we gotta do it quickly because this place is gonna revolt pretty soon.
You'll soon be choking on your.
So now they're offering it to us basically for free. Because our strength ranking's going up. I'm tempted to attack these guys. So now they've declared war on us. That was convenient because I was actually planning to attack these guys right now just for experience, and we need gold as well. So hopefully they'll be up here and they'll come down to meet us. If they're over here somewhere, then it's going to be annoying for us to get back here and defend it.
The eternal challenger.
In any case, let's test these chariots out. I always found them to be probably one of the most annoying units in the Norsca roster when I'm playing against them. Let's try and take the high ground.
Slaughter soon! Quick! Mortal fool! Move! Charge them! Nose on the sheep! Now! Slay every mortal!
So when they send out their units like this, off on their own, it's a good idea just to send your chariots right over and destroy them. And then pull out again. So I think I will just sack this building, or this settlement, so that we can try and coax them coming down here. Also, next turn we'll be able to hit it again. It's already low level anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
My challenge? Undeniable. An unstoppable force.
So we're gonna wait here. I think I'll get some of these guys to see how they fare in combat.
Speak. We are both.
Sir, my hand hovers close to my blade. Utter your demand before I raise it. Yes? My hand hovers close to my blade. Utter your demand.
I am the wanderer.
So that's not their main lord, I know that much.
Not a chance. The eternal challenger. World walker. Seeking, destroying.
So that's more experience for us. I could raise this, but like I said, it won't do much at this stage of the game. Now that should be their main lord. Yep. So he's there.
Where's my next quarry?
So we could lay an ambush here, because it only costs 25%.
To the four corners. A step too.
Now usually they do move their main lord first, I've noticed.
No.
So if we do lay an ambush,
My challenge?
it's only 40% success chance here, unfortunately.
A step too far.
So it could fail. I don't want to lose this though. There's no trees to ambush in here, I think.
The eternal challenger.
So I think we'll try it. If it doesn't work, I'm sure we'll probably still be able to beat them.
I've been looking for.
So did it work? Right, so it failed, but he still walked into us alone. And I'd say his army is not very well suited to taking ours out, so let's destroy this guy. Our chariot should be able to take out most of his missile units. Right, so I've fought in this map many times. Unfortunately, they started a lot closer to it than we did, so we can't use the choke point anymore. So we'll have to use the trees instead. Maybe some hill. I think it looks like a good place over here.
The Dark God command me! Chaos Marauders! What? A bloodbath awaits! Now! Mortal fool! Quick! Chaos Marauders! Yes, Lord! To slaughter! Moving out! Very well! Bring us to carnage! Charge them! Charge them! Corn demands! Into position! Waste no time!
So maybe we can lure these guys away from the rest of their army one at a time, like we're doing now. Our chariots can come and finish them off. No, they're all coming now, so we just have to lure them up this hill to our units. We can score some nice hits with this though.
Chaos Marauders! Blood for the Blood God! Throw! Waste no time!
So pull back now with these guys. So they're coming after our cavalry, which is we didn't want them to do actually. If we could lure them into this pass, then maybe we could get them in the choke point. Obviously the AI isn't going to know how to use the choke point properly. Right, so they're coming after us still. Fortunately, we have to send our chariots through here or else they'll get stuck behind the enemy. You can use the javelins to shoot the guys who are trapped down here. I'm trying to squeeze them out over here, where the enemy isn't concentrated. So that worked pretty well, I think. We took a fair few casualties, but it'll all recover. So, that was easy. I want to try and do more damage to these guys, because I'm not entirely sure that this counts as defeating him. Maybe it's enough to defeat his army, maybe I don't need to kill him. But I'm going to make sure I wipe most of these guys out. Because even if I do confederate with them, I'm just going to disband them anyway. Right, so he's definitely been wounded now. I think that should definitely count as defeating him. So somehow in all that chaos we only managed to lose like 100 guys. Don't think that could have gone much better actually. These Marauder champions, they took virtually no damage whatsoever, even though they were on the front lines for a long time. Definitely going to be getting more of those. So I got the Spearmen, not for these guys obviously, but for the Varg guys. They like to field a lot of Chariots. So they're not going to have the chance to shine just yet. Right, so that army's been defeated. This army will back off, probably. Yep. And then we get to confederate with them. So we got that part. So that's quite far away. We'll probably need to fight those guys at some point to get this item. So we got all this territory now from those guys. And the Varg Lord is right here, so we can take him out. I might not disband these guys just yet then. I might try and bring them in closer, so we can just make sure we defeat this guy when he's here. We also have a rebellion to deal with back here. So this place has been repaired, that's good. Won't be needing these buildings here. Only really need one province to recruit from. I might keep this because, well actually no, it's in the wrong place. This place isn't really in danger, but the coastal cities are always in danger of raids and stuff. So we'll delete these. Get a lot of money from deleting these as well. I'll not spend that just yet because we need a little bit of money in case we go bankrupt. See, they have at least 5 chariots there, probably another 5 or so in there. I'm just sitting here so we can keep the public order under control for now. And hopefully these guys won't attack. They shouldn't attack me because they're already at war with 3 people. One of whom is just over here. So I don't know why he came back actually. So I think they have 5 regions. Yeah, so we'll get 5 regions after we confederate them. The tough part of this campaign is going to come in the next, like, an hour or so, when we're trying to keep these regions from revolting, because they are going to revolt. Unless we can get public order under major control.
I could cut you down in an instant.
We are both them. What? Your paltry horde.
So I'd like to keep these guys on my side.
No.
See, everybody hates us. Aversion. Even the other Norscan tribes are averse to us.
Both their puppets. Take what's theirs. War unceasing. We are both their puppets. Whichever woeful day.
So the tough part about this, as I said, is going to be public order. The only public order building they get, apart from the main settlement one, is this one, and it gives only +1, +2 public order at the first level, and then +3 at the 3rd level. It goes up to +5, but we're not going to get that in any of the smaller settlements. And we get +2 public order for every concurrent war with a neighbouring faction, but we are not going to be at war with any neighbouring factions for a while. By the way, these factions across the sea don't count as neighbouring factions, and since we're on an island, that's going to be very limited use. Now, if these Marienburg guys attacked us, that would be quite devastating.
Do not waste my time with petty talk. Make your offer and be done.
So hopefully the Empire will keep them busy. So I think that's all we can do for now. Right, so these guys have actually moved now. So they got a war mammoth and God knows what else. So I reckon if we attack this settlement, they'll come back and try and rescue it. So why can't they attack that? So he's not in range of it. So he has 7 chariots. Now we could also force march our units and attack this guy. But would we win that? I'm not sure. Because we'll also be tired, you see. No, I think we'll do that. Fuck it, just take the chance. Could get these guys as well, but do we need them? Better to be safe than sorry, I say. We got 10,000 gold, so let's spend it. So let's get these built up first. So this will be useful. Construction cost faction wide. But what we need most of all is public order. It's -9. It's only going to be only going to go up to -7 when we get that building built. Now here we can get it under control because we have 3 building slots for these buildings.
I've been looking for.
You want to die now, or when my ice age comes?
Right, so here goes nothing. He's being reinforced, right? Okay, not quite.
True savages. Annihilation!
Auto-resolving this probably result in a loss. So this is going to be tough. These chariots are going to run us down. But we'll do our best. Probably going to need to go into a corner with our spearmen and play cheap tactics. So the good thing is we have the high ground advantage. We can sit in this corner up here and just chill out. Hopefully our reinforcements come from behind us, not behind them, otherwise we'd be a bit fucked. Perfect. So we're going to sit up here. Chill out. Not too concerned about the war mammoth. The javelins rip through those like butter. Or like paper, I should say. They're so big, it's impossible to miss them, so the javelins would just tear them apart. It's the little chariots I'm concerned about. Now, they don't have many missile units, I don't think. Got a couple, but it's mostly horsemen. So these guards are very tired, so we need to be mindful of that. So we need our ranks to be nice and thick, so they can't just march through us. And the question is, how are we going to get them to move? Guess we could use our lord. Maybe our own chariots could do it. Thing is, they're all tired. think possibly we should move down to where the hill is more prolific. Like here. A bit closer to them as well. So this is our main lord. We need to keep him mostly out of the fight so he doesn't get wiped out. If he routs, it's basically lost. This guy gets wounded, it's not a big deal. Now in hindsight, we probably could have ambushed these guys. And that might have worked. Don't want these guys too close, because the chariots push through and touch them, then they'll stop shooting at them. So once he's off the field, they'll pretty much all break, I reckon. Because they are tired as well, I believe. They were also on forced march stance.
Marauder Chieftain! Obliterate them!
So, easy enough win. No point fighting on. So that's basically the whole peninsula under our control. So didn't lose anything, that's good. Almost 3,000 gold for beating them. Obviously we can federate with those guys now. So yeah, now we've got the whole region under our control. We can delete these. Gonna keep this here, it might be useful for deterring attackers. Yeah, so things looking pretty good after the first episode. We've basically got the whole of the Norscan region under our control. So I think that'll do for now. So if you like, please feel free to subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. I'll uploading part 2 probably tomorrow or the day after, and I think after this I'll upload another episode of the Harganeth, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys.